It is a beautiful Monday morning on September 1st, your Labor Day edition of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, nationally local, meaning we play your local bands on a national stage. This is your Cleveland Sports Talk Show from Pittsburgh. I'm Lucas Durazio, joined as always by Dom Farrow. And Dom, there's a chill in the air. We've
hmm
been ramping up for weeks. I feel like the last 6 episodes I've been saying we're ramping up. We're ramping up towards the fall, the NFL season. And finally, on this last week of August, I'm walking outside and I'm saying, I think I need a hoodie. I think I need a long sleeve
hmm
sweatshirt on. There's a chill in the air. I want to sit around a bonfire and I want to talk fantasy football. And
Yeah.
that's what we're here to do today on your Monday morning Drive to Survive, the 10 o'clock block on WSRR, the Star Radio. Dom, we
It's
are
football weather.
covering, it's football weather, baby. We're covering fantasy football today, our full fantasy football preview for the 2025 season. And, there's just more and more leagues that are ramping up. You've got a couple of single year leagues that you're drafting for this upcoming week, correct?
I got three coming up.
Three.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually have one tomorrow, one the following night, and then the other one's on Tuesday after. So it's draft season,
Woo.
folks. It's time to get real. The dynasty is set. I'm feeling pretty good about it, but it's time for the redraft league. It's time for PPR. It's time to start cracking on the books, try to start figuring out what the strategy's going to be, who you take with those first 2 round picks, because I think those are the ones that make or break the season. But we'll get all into that and more today.
That's right. So you kind of mentioned, your first round picks. You have what'd you say, 7 and 2? Those are
Those are the
your
two
two
that are
different draft
confirmed.
picks.
Yeah, the other one I'll find out the night of, but the second overall pick and then the seventh overall pick. The league I care the most about is the seventh overall pick league. It's what I put all my focus into the off season. If I had to quit every league and pick one, it would be that one. And the seventh overall pick is an interesting one. Lucas, do you want me to just go over like the top 12 guys this year?
Yeah, yeah. I
So
want to hear it
this is according to NFL.com's rankings.
because this is, again, I'm if you are a loyal listener to the show, you'll know that I'm a dynasty league guy, and I haven't played in a single season fantasy league in probably a year or two. So I haven't really drafted a team other than rookies for a while, and so every time that it goes into it, the last couple of years, people have been like, I don't know who to draft, and I'm like, I couldn't even weigh in on it really that much. But who are our top 12 guys that are really vying for those first round spots?
So, as you all know, like all these different places have different rankings, like
Of
Yahoo,
course.
ESPN, NFL. I personally think Sleeper is like the best platform, but as far as rankings go, I like NFL.com. I think
Okay.
those are usually spot on, and it usually gives you a good understanding of how other people are going to be drafting. So NFL.com, they have Jamar Chase number one. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's a PPR dominant landscape now. That's just how most fantasy leagues are. So if you want to be wide receiver dominant, you take the best receiver in the game. So I think that makes sense. Number two,
I think the biggest thing about Jamar Chase too is like there's another there's a couple other receivers in the league that like we'll talk about that people like want to draft number one overall or like want to be, their main guy. And I'm like, he has the best quarterback play of any elite receiver, I think, where
yeah,
Joe Burrow has been so consistent in the last 3 or 4 years, however many years he's been in the league, where you can count on that quarterback play. Whereas we move to like some other guys, like I think eventually we'll probably say Justin Jefferson's name. Like
hmm
you don't know what you're gonna get with JJ McCarthy. When you
yeah,
go into like Garrett Wilson, you don't really know what you're gonna get throwing the ball with Justin Fields this year. Chris Olave, like maybe he's not in that Jamar Chase conversation, but he's like an elite receiver. Saints quarterback room. You don't know what the hell's going on there. Malik Neighbors, even we talked about that a little bit
yeah.
before the show started with the Giants quarterback room. But go on. Jamar Chase, I think, is a clear cut number one. If you can get him any later than that, you should be counting your blessings.
Yeah, and just to follow up on that, Joe Burrow threw the most passes per game in 2024, 41 attempts per game.
Yep.
So that's massive.
Which helps when because their defense stinks, so they're playing from behind and
True.
chucking the ball around a lot.
Yeah, so I think consensus number one, some people would argue Saquon, but we'll get to him. But number two, Bijan Robinson, Atlanta Falcons running back, going into his third season. Still young, though. I believe he's only 23 years old. Uh, this one I was confused about at first. And Lucas, I know you're kind of skeptical, but the thing that really sold me is that the last 3 weeks of the season, he had about 20% of the plays inside the 10-yard line go to him, which
Okay.
which is big for a fantasy running back. So it shows that they're starting to trust him. Um, Another year under his belt, I think, is really good. He's shown that he's not injury prone. Anything can happen, obviously, but
Yeah, you better knock on wood.
yeah,
I think that Bijan is someone who I go back and forth on because like you watch him, you put the tape on, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's a freak athlete and he's awesome. But at the same time, I don't love the Falcons all that much. I don't love their offense. Not that I feel like the running back usually is kind of independent of the offense. It's not like you're relying on when we talk about receivers, you talk about them relying on quarterbacks. I think their offensive line is like mostly good, but he doesn't really bust long plays. Like
yeah,
he just I feel like you want that home run threat where like one play can really make your week for that guy. But maybe he is just more consistent, and that's who you got to go with. He doesn't have a single run over 30 yards, which, like we've said in the past, is hard to do in the NFL. Don't get me wrong, but I think that the potential is all there, obviously. And fantasy wise, it's not like he's put up bum numbers,
yeah.
but I don't know. I think there's still a little bit left to be desired from Bijan Robinson.
No, I agree, and I think that's what you're kind of betting on. You're betting on that he's still like on the upside, and that
Uh-huh.
you're kind of catching him at the peak. But like you said, if that's the strategy, take him at number two. That's a gamble that you're
Uh-huh.
taking because
Yeah.
number three is another guy who's proven year after year that he's one of the best, and that's C.D. Lamb. Now gets George Pickens on the other side. Does that help him? Does it hurt him? It seems like the experts don't think so. Still got Dak Prescott. Like you said, it's a good quarterback situation as far as like these top guys go.
Yeah, and I think that like I mentioned before we started, like you mentioned forget who we even brought up, but you said that someone else came in at receiver on that team.
Yeah.
I think having two good receivers only helps one of the receivers like fantasy wise. It just opens things up.
Yeah, but that's
Like
what you said. It only helps one of them. Like when Juju Smith-Schuster came in with the Steelers, it really only helped Juju.
oh god, don't even bring up Juju on to me.
Listen,
We had a one time we had a heated debate on an old show about whether or not Juju Smith-Schuster was a top 15 receiver in
I
the
think it was
league.
top 20, and at that time, he certainly was.
I don't know, and
At that time.
I rattled off about 30 guys who were better than him, and everyone Dom was like, "Yeah, I think you're probably right there." There was like four of
We
them
gotta
where you were
find the
like, "No,
tape.
I don't know about that," but there was a great Juju debate.
We'll find that.
I don't know. I think it helps. I think it can help one guy. I do think it'll help CD in this situation more than it'll help Pickens. I think Pickens' numbers might dip a little bit because he'll be kind of used as a clear out guy a little bit more, and I don't know. It'll be interesting. Those two will kind of go back and forth.
Question is, how long until Pickens just gets fed up and
Loses his
stops
mind.
playing? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think probably not very long.
But CD can't go wrong with that. Number four, guy that we've already mentioned, Justin Jefferson. Like you said, JJ McCarthy. It doesn't excite me either, but he's the greatest wide receiver in the game right now.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase puts up insane numbers, but we're just going off talent. Based on what I see, it's Justin Jefferson. He's gonna produce no matter who his quarterback is.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson, I think, is the guy in this year's draft where you're kind of like, you almost don't want to take him because of the quarterback situation and some other things, but you're like, it's Justin Jefferson. How am I going to pass up on the best receiver in the league?
Yeah.
Like you're at the end of the day, you look at your roster and you're like, maybe when you draft him in the first round, you're kind of like, whatever. But then by the end of the draft, you look back at it and you go, I got Justin Jefferson. What am I complaining
Yeah,
about?
like he's a dog. He's
Yeah.
your guy. He's like, if it's like an actual team, he's your franchise guy. He's the face. He's always got it.
Yeah. Now I want to hear some of the next couple names will be interesting to me to see which ones I would take over Justin Jefferson just because of his situation at quarterback.
Yeah, these next three, I think, are definitely like right there with them. Number five, Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Gibbs a lot. As far as fantasy numbers go, he's been good, but they could have been better because of David Montgomery stealing a lot of those goal
Yeah.
line touches.
Yeah, but at the end of the year last year when Montgomery got hurt, like
Yeah.
they really leaned on Gibbs and he got all those touches. And we talked you talked about strategy a little bit, Dom, like drafting strategy. It kind of depends whether you're going to go with that zero running back technique. If your league is two quarterbacks,
Yeah.
like how high running backs go, there's a lot of different factors that lean into it. But like again, Jahmyr Gibbs is another guy. You're going to look at your roster at the end of the day and be like, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. Like that's a solid, probably 15 plus points a game.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong with Jahmyr Gibbs. He's one of the guys that
Maybe
I'm
not 15 plus, but like
he-
pretty high.
I think he'd average close to that if like he turns out how people are projecting him to this year. I'm praying that he drops to number 7. Number 6 though, Saquon Barkley. Last year the number 1 fantasy player in football. I think I look at fantasy rankings, I do mock drafts like all summer long. Saquon was up a lot higher earlier in the offseason. For some reason he's dropped all the way to 6. I think that's a steal if you can get him there.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things where the off-season discourse like changes the way that people. It almost takes away sense from people. Where at the end of last year, it's like, yeah, Saquon Barkley was the offensive MVP like of the league, like offensive player of the year. Excuse me, like he's a beast and he's on the best team in the league, and like he has the best offensive line pretty much in the league, and they run the ball. It's kind of like the thing too, where like Derrick Henry's running stats got helped a little bit because Lamar Jackson is also a running threat. So you have to defend both of them in the run game. Like Jalen Hurts isn't Lamar Jackson, but Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball. Like you have to defend against the run against the Eagles, the quarterback run.
Now, the thing with Saquon though is, and this is the thing that always hurts in fantasy football, he's hit that age for running backs, 28 years old. That usually is like the age where it's officially over. But I mean, as time's gone on, I feel like that's been proven wrong. Derrick Henry at 31 is still killing it. I wouldn't draft him this year, Derrick Henry.
I don't
Saquon,
know.
I would.
Derrick Henry's another guy where he would probably fall to you somewhere around 11 or 12 or something like that. Where's he listed? Where's
he's
Derrick
at
Henry
12. He would have been our last guy.
Yeah, I think he's another guy where he's going to fall to you at 11 or 12 and you're not going to have a running back yet or something like that. And you're going to go, how am I not going to take Derrick Henry? Or you are going to have a running back. You're going to say, I have Jahmyr Gibbs or someone like having both those guys would be really, really nice.
Could be fun.
I think that Henry is kind of the guy where it's like, you might as well just take him until the wheels fall off. Like, he's in year 10 now, like, and every year he's been awesome. Like, you're almost betting against Father Time, but you kind of have to at this point.
Yeah, but you don't want to be the guy holding them when
you don't want to be
when the time
that's
comes.
True. That is very true.
I'm trying to think of like a saying for it, but I don't have it. Something like you don't want to be.
You don't want to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Kind of like that.
Something
like you don't want to be someone's got the gun or something like that. Anyways, number 7, and after this, I think there's a big drop off. Number 7, Malik Neighbors. Quarterback situation isn't great. We can talk about that all day long, but the guy puts up numbers. He gets catches. He gets targets. The numbers speak for themselves.
I mean, he was leaned on more than anyone else. Maybe any rookie in history. Like, the fact that they threw to him that many times as a rookie last year, and like he kind of was their entire offense almost.
Yeah.
That says a lot about him. He had some injuries last year, but he battled through them. Like, did they help him at all though this year with receivers? Like that's my only thing is I feel like the Giants didn't do much to help Malik Neighbors or their offense for this year. I think for the future, maybe they did, drafting Jackson Dart. Tyrone Tracy's young. I think he could be really good. But this year's Giants offense still seems like it's kind of pretty similar to last year. Like they still have Jalen Hyatt and like
Wandale Robinson, Darius Slayton. Yeah, I feel like they've had Darius Slayton for the last 8 years.
Yeah, seriously.
And he's done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. These NFC East teams are weird. Like the Cowboys, like you have a glaring missing spot at running back, and how do you fix it? You get Javonte Williams, who's torn his ACL, I think twice.
Yep.
And last year you signed like Ezekiel Elliott and you go Rico Dowdle. It's like just how there's better people out there, but
Deuce Vaughn, baby.
There's so many better people that you can make moves for. Like there's no excuse for what I'm trying to say is there's no excuse for the Giants to have Wandale Robinson, Darius Slayton across from Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like
No.
give Russ, give Dart, give Jameis a shot.
Now you said that Neighbors was at 7, and there's a fall off after that. I think it's
Yeah.
interesting because there's one guy that I mentioned before the show started that I haven't heard his name
Yeah.
yet. So who's at 8?
Number 8, Puka Nakua.
Okay.
I think that's a drop off from those top 7 guys.
Yes, I do think that's a drop off. Stafford's getting up there. How much longer? How much left does he have in the tank? They had Devontae Adams though, which again I think can be good for Puka. But there's another receiver who I was waiting for.
But could Puka's rookie season have just been not a fluke, but just
I don't know. He's
could he
still
have been a
pretty
one-hit
darn
wonder?
good.
He's good, but I think people really taken that rookie season into
wouldn't-
way more
I
consideration.
would not. I wouldn't touch Puka as my number 1 receiver.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I would. There's other guys who I haven't heard their name yet who I would rather have as my
Yeah.
number 1 receiver. I think, and there's other guys at running back who I would rather take in the first round, late in the first round, than I would take Puka.
Yeah.
There's another guy at another position too that I might take. But go on. Who's after Puka at 8 or at 9?
At 9 is a guy I'd take over him. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Another one
Okay.
that I don't think is gonna wow you, but I think he's gonna be a consistent.
He's just
like
going to be so
14
steady. Yeah.
points a game.
He's not going to I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to score like a 70-yard touchdown ever because they have Jameson Williams for that
Yeah.
and they have Jahmyr Gibbs for that, but he is going to get like, 8, 9 targets a game
And-
if not more.
And that comes back to like strategy. Do you want to go with consistent points or do you want to go with boom or bust? Because if you're going boom or bust, you take Jahmyr, you take this next guy at number 10, Brian Thomas Jr., who could light up a scoreboard any week, but I don't know if consistently he'll get you like bare minimum 10, or I think 10's not good. Let's say like 12 points a week,
Yeah.
which Amon-Ra I think will get you bare minimum.
Yeah, I think Amon-Ra consistency-wise is a great pick. I would probably
But
I
he's
would take
never
him over Puka.
he's never going to get you 35 points where BTJ I think could.
I wouldn't say never. I could see him having a 2-3 touchdown game.
I think with Jameson
And
becoming
I
a
also
bigger
now
threat.
with the Lions too, it's hard to just because Ben Johnson being gone now as their OC, new guy at OC does switch things up a little bit, and it's hard to like have the same trust that you've had in them for the last 2 years, or at least the last year. But I don't know. I think it would be hard to go away from Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas, another guy who it's like if you talk about his quarterback situation, like could this be Trevor Lawrence's resurgence year? Could this be the Jags' renaissance?
Yeah.
Adding Travis Hunter could be good in a way that like he's another guy on the field to switch things up, and I don't know. I like Brian Thomas Jr. a lot.
I like him too. I wouldn't hate him. I wouldn't hate drafting him at number 10. I think that makes a lot of sense where he's
No,
at.
and I don't think that he's just a big play guy either. Like I think he's a really refined route runner, and he has really good hands, and he can make things happen after the catch as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got the 10th pick, I think that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Number 11, Devon A-Chain. The only reason I don't love this one is the health concerns.
This is a guy I'm not touching. This is a guy I don't want on my team.
But he's a boomer bust guy. He could get you 50 points a week.
I heard statistics of him with and without Tua when Tua plays and when he doesn't. And when Tua is not on the field, he's like one of the bottom half running backs in the league.
Why?
When he's on the field, I think he helps a lot because, who else is throwing the ball in Miami? Skylar Thompson last year. Now this year
Yeah.
it'll be Zach Wilson if and possibly, I don't want to say when because I don't want to do that to a guy, but if and when Tua gets hurt.
Yeah, it is interesting because you think if Tua's out, the run game would be more of a focus.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not the same when Tua's not there.
That's right. I don't know. I wouldn't touch Achan. I would rather take Derrick Henry than Achan.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
with the last couple seconds here in our first segment, the guy that I didn't hear his name that like if you just break it down simple mathematics wise that I don't think enough people think about taking in the first round is Brock Bowers. Like if you're the number 1 tight end and he finished 3rd in the league last
Yeah.
year as a rookie tight end.
But if you can get him in the second round,
Yeah, if you can get him in the second
it's all
round,
about
of course,
the
but like
positions.
if you just do it statistically, it's like why would I not take tight end 1 when he's just as good as wide receiver 2
Yeah,
or
but then
wide receiver 3 statistics
but
wise.
then you're missing out on a running back 1 or a wide receiver
Yeah,
1.
but just like the math wise, like if I get tight end 1 and tight end 2 has 70 points less, like I just got 70 points
Yeah,
more
no.
for the season.
It's
I
definitely a
think that
positional
just
advantage.
when you break it down positionally and statistically,
Yeah.
mathematic wise, it's kind of hard not to take the best tight end in the league. That's why Travis Kelsey went in the first round for a
years.
lot of
And
years,
Gronk.
and now, yeah, and Gronk as well.
And there are a few other positional advantage players that I'd love to touch on after the break.
All
But
right,
Bowers
well,
is a great one.
let's get to that. But yeah, I think Bowers is a guy that if he's on your team again, it's like how can you complain about that? It's a guy who once he's on your team, you're not trading him.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it would be stupid to trade Brock Bowers, and I think it would be stupid to change channels and not listen to the rest of this episode of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Right back after the break. We are back with Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, brought to you by Synergy Music Studio. Based out of Chicago, Synergy Music Studio offers a diverse array of musical services specifically crafted to meet their clients' needs. From recording to mixing and production, discover how they can bring your vision to life at synergymusicstudio.com. Even if you're not in Chicago, Synergy can get your music album ready through their reamping service, recorded audio tracks are sent back through amplifiers and re-recorded, allowing for adjustments to tone and sound characteristics. This process helps achieve the desired sonic texture and enhances the overall quality of the music production. Synergy Music Studio, check them out at synergymusicstudio.com. I hope that you guys are enjoying the desired sonic texture and overall quality of this show on WSRR Radio, and we hope that you enjoy the sonic quality, the point scoring quality of your fantasy football teams this year. Dom, you've got some position picks for us and some other goodies here in our second segment, all about fantasy football.
Yeah. So at the end of the segment, we talked about Brock Bowers and how the difference between him.
Is he bald or not?
He's close. He's getting there.
I saw the picture of him totally bald, and then
that might have
someone
been
was like,
AI.
"Yeah, it was an edit."
I think it was. I think
it
so.
was an NAI.
But the difference between him and Trey McBride, who's going just a few picks later, is pretty massive based on where they're projected to fall and based off of last year's stats. So just the advantage that you get just off the tight end position alone could justify taking him in the second round. But there's some other players that I think you can get at a very attractive value that I think will either put you at a positional advantage or will basically give you the same output as guys who are going rounds further. And the biggest one that stands out to me is Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield going in roughly the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah.
These guys put up numbers. They threw the ball a lot. Mahomes, bit of a down season last year where the last few years he's been going 2nd, 3rd round. He's dropped all the way to the 5th. But I do expect a bit of a resurgence. He's got a better wide receiver room. Another year with Rashee Rice. Another year with Xavier Worthy. I think all these things are good for Mahomes, and I expect him to have another 35-plus touchdown season. I think Baker Mayfield feel the exact same way about him. But with him,
even with Liam Cohen gone,
what do you think that's going to hurt?
Yeah, isn't that what Cohen came from Tampa Bay, correct?
I believe
Was
so.
he not their OC last year? New OC, new system for Baker?
I'm not worried about it. Baker's proven that he's still a top throwing quarterback in the NFL. He's still going to put up touchdowns.
Yeah, no,
no
I
matter
don't,
what system.
I think he's a good bet, especially at that 5th or 6th round, like you mentioned.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest difference between Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, to Mahomes and Mayfield? It's really the rushing upside. But I do think that Mahomes and Mayfield can make up for it with their more accurate throwing, with more touchdowns. I think that's very possible. They could both have more than Allen and Jackson in 2025.
You want to talk about positional advantages and getting guys kind of late. Where's Jalen Hurts going? Because Jalen Hurts, you think about it, like he is so good at running a play where he scores on it a lot that half the teams in the league are voting to outlaw the play. And of
Yeah.
course, it's not all on him. It's mostly, the offensive line and the guys behind him pushing, and it's a full team effort. But he is the guy who's benefiting from it statistically.
Yeah, and he's going right at the start of the third round. He's at 39th overall, uh,
I think he's a guy that
behind Jaden Daniels by like 5 picks.
I think he's a guy that could slide a little further than that in the end because we've talked about it on this show even that like he's not even the best player on his offense. He's maybe the fifth or sixth best player on his offense. Now that's not fantasy wise because one of those players is like Jordan Mailata and what's their other tackle's name that I'm blanking on now? Landon Dickerson. Um, I think those guys do more for their offense, but statistically, like at quarterback, I think he's going to be so solid and like such a good pick at quarterback that it would it would really behoove you to pick him in the third or fourth round. Which I think,
Yeah,
even though you said he's right around the end of the third, I could
start
see
of
him
the third.
the start of the third. I
Yeah,
could see him going into the fourth or fifth because people
it depends on the people in your league.
yeah, well, people get hung up on that, like, oh, well, there's enough good quarterbacks where I rather take a receiver
Yeah.
than one of the top quarterbacks, and I think people can lose sight of that.
Well, my strategy is kind of that. I'm not taking a quarterback until late. Even though I said Mahomes and Mayfield, even fifth, sixth round is a little too early for me for quarterback. My strategy going into this is taking a quarterback between like the 10th and 12th rounds, and that's either Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Jordan Love. All those guys I think will get you similar output as a lot of these top guys, especially Fields with his rushing ability. I think he's going to be at least a top 15 fantasy quarterback this year. And I think that's great when the other 10 rounds I can focus on getting good running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. I can really make sure I have a deep roster. That's my priority. That's my strategy going into this year.
Okay, is it a two quarterback league?
It's not. No.
It is not.
No.
All right.
I think
Well,
that
yeah.
I
Then
think
in
that's
that
only
case,
for dynasty.
yeah. In that case, if you don't have a two quarterback league, you don't need to take a quarterback until maybe the 10th round. Honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. But like you said, if you have league members who are drafting like Josh Allen in the first round, then you're screwed. Because then everyone's gonna be like, "Well, I
Yeah.
need to draft somebody."
That is true. There's that kind of which happens in the actual NFL draft too. Like sometimes there's just a run on a certain position, and it's kind of like, well, if I don't get my guy now, I'm not going to get him.
Yeah, completely agree.
Anyone else that catches your eye,
Yeah.
Dom? I think that you mentioned a running back out of New York in the break. I want to hear
Mhm.
your thoughts on him.
Yeah, I think Brees Hall could be a big positional advantage if you're going with a wide receiver heavy strategy. I think if you're taking a running back, if you're committed to having like hero running backs, maybe Brees Hall isn't for you. But at the 27th overall pick, going roughly around late second, early third, I've been seeing him mostly in the third in my mock drafts. If you can get Brees Hall in the third round, I think you can't ask for more than that.
I do think that's a good pick, but I also I want to hedge that bet, and at that point in the 10th or 12th round or wherever, I think you got to get Braylon Allen. Because I
Yeah,
think Braylon Allen very well could be taking the majority of carries by the end of the year. I think that
really,
that's I
because of injuries or just
because
because he's
of
better.
partial injuries, but also like he's a guy where I feel like if you have Brees Hall and then you watch the Jets game and Braylon Allen comes in, you're kind of like shitting your pants because you're like, is this backup better than him? Like, is he just a better running back? Like, he's still only like 23 years old. Also, if that, he might even be younger. His
Yeah,
freshman year at Wisconsin, when he ran, I think he ran for like 1,000 yards or something as a freshman. He was like 17. He's a freak. He's a young freak, and I think that it's kind of only a matter of time before the Brees Hall hype train leaves the station and people are realizing that they have a freak in number 0.
yeah. No, he's definitely like super talented, but Brees Hall, I know he hasn't been the same since his injury late in his rookie year, but before that, he was at that time probably the most talented running back in the league.
Yeah, no, I think he's good. I do think he's good, but
But has he gotten back to that level? I'm betting on that he will.
I,
That's
I just think
where I
also
stand.
with the way the NFL is going with more and more running back by committee, I don't think it would be stupid to have Braylon Allen, who I think could end up, even if they're splitting time, I think he'll get over 10 carries a game.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Especially with the way that it seems like they're going to be running the ball. They're going to be running the ball a lot.
They should
They
be.
have Garrett Wilson at receiver, and who else? I don't even know. They have Jeremy Ruckert at tight end, and who else? I don't really know. I think they might have drafted a guy this year even. But I think that this team's strength is going to be running the football,
Yeah.
and I think that they're going to have to end up using more than one running back.
I'll stick with the running back trend here. The rookie running backs, they all could be positional advantages.
I think this rookie running back draft is crazy deep.
It is.
I mean, like, just looking at, for me, from a dynasty standpoint, there was the rookie draft this year. There was guys going in like the fourth round of just a rookie draft where I was like, that actually could be a huge
Yeah.
pick. Like getting Ollie Gordon
Yeah.
in the fourth round of a dynasty league. I wouldn't touch him in a single season league.
If it's a last pick, I don't hate
Probably,
it.
Maybe
He could find his way mixed
Yeah.
in the group there. The one that I got in my dynasty draft that I'm really excited about is my last round, 5th round pick, Chikori Krosky Merritt. Have you heard of this cat?
Yeah, everyone's heard of him now. Apparently,
Yeah.
like he's like the hot.
He's the hot name.
commodity, and I feel like this is. I'm not saying he won't be good. I don't really know much about him. I didn't see much film. Like I know that some people are freaking out because he played well against the Bengals.
Yeah, he's had good preseason.
Yeah, I to me, I think that this is the guy who going into the season everyone's going to end up hyping up. And I could be totally wrong. He could be really, really good and really productive. I feel like because everyone's just waiting for the season to start, there are guys who you're like, come on, please be good. Like that, you know what I mean? Like it would be awesome if this guy's good. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, what a name. Number 32 for the Commanders. Like that would be awesome if he ended up being really cool, but like, or really good, but like, I
But-
just don't think it's going to happen. I think people want it to happen more than it's actually going to happen.
But let me tell you why he was so under the radar for so long and why people are starting to finally wake up. The biggest reason currently is because Brian Robinson has been traded to the 49ers. That's news to you, huh?
It is news to me. I did not
This
know
happened a couple days ago. Brian Robinson got traded. So now it's Austin Eckler, this Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, and like Chris something. I picked him up.
Chris
in fantasy.
Move.
Something like that. But the reason that no one really thought about this guy before is because he started his college football career at Alabama State. He was really good at 1,000-yard season, 13 touchdowns. Then he transferred to the New Mexico Lobos, had another great season, had multiple 200-plus rushing yard performances, earned all Mountain West honors. But then he enters the transfer portal again, and this is when things get a little weird. He originally transfers to play for the Arizona Wildcats, but he would later flip to play for the Ole Miss Rebels before again joining Arizona. So he went flip, flop. And then due to eligibility issues stemming from an NCAA discrepancy regarding his jersey number 21 being used by another player after registering as a freshman at Alabama State in 2019, he appeared in just one game in 2024 with Arizona, where he rushed for 106 yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
So it was an issue stemming back from like 2019 at Alabama State. It really, this is blowing my mind here. I knew that he only got to play one game at Arizona, but I didn't know it went all the way back
in the
to
NCAA,
2019.
baby. It's all about compliance. Talk to your compliance guy if you're a college athlete.
And so he played that one game early in 2024. He hasn't played in forever up until preseason. So he declares for the draft. He plays in the East-West Shrine Bowl where he rushes for 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, and is named offensive MVP. So he went in the 7th round to the Commanders, signed his rookie contract. He's been balling in preseason. All the pre-draft measurables look great. The performance on the field is exciting. I think the hype that's starting to get around this guy is justified.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
on board for it.
I didn't like I said he could be really good. I just haven't seen anything. To me, it just seemed like the timing of it all seemed to be like a everyone get behind this guy because he played on a Monday night preseason game and everyone just wants the game, the season to start.
Listen, my dynasty running backs are bad. I'm taking anything I can get.
Yeah.
We're rolling out Chuba Hubbard and DeAndre Swift this year.
Chuba Hubbard, sneakily good running back.
Chuba's kind of the face of the franchise.
Chuba's nice.
He's great.
They were saying it on the Bill Simmons podcast. You know how good you have to be, especially as a running back, to survive like 4 different regimes with in a single franchise. Like he's been there for a while,
and now they're like fully embracing him too.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah,
so,
and they should.
I'm
they
excited.
Should. I love
for him.
Chuba,
but he's a guy who's not going to get you a ton of points any given week. But he'll get you points.
I don't know. I think this might be Chuba's year. I think you
might
not want to sleep on Chuba.
Well, I ain't trading him. He's staying on the team for life now.
That's good. And
he's an identity guy.
I don't think that you would take him over a couple of these other rookie backs. Like Genty is another guy that we talked about. You said you have the 7th pick, and that was in your mind.
I was thinking about
you
reach
even
for
thought
him.
about it.
Previous segment, we went over the top 12 guys, right on the cusp at. Or so 13 is A.J. Brown, 14 is Ashton Genty.
Okay.
So drafting the 14th guy at pick 7, that just if for some reason he falls to 2-6, maybe I'll take him.
I think there's a very high possibility that could happen.
I don't know. Do you think he goes after Nico Collins, after McCaffrey, after Chase Brown, after Drake London? I'd certainly take him before McCaffrey, Chase Brown, or London.
Yes, I would as well.
Nico Collins is questionable.
Not everyone would do that.
Personally, I'd take him over Nico Collins.
I would also do that.
So I think most people probably. I don't think he's going to be there that late in the 2nd round.
Probably.
So
not.
if you want the guy, you gotta pay for him.
Yeah, I guess I get that, but I think that Travion Henderson is the next rookie running back who I feel like people talked about Omarion Hampton because he got drafted in the 1st round by the Chargers, and I kind of now that I'm looking at it, it's like I think they should have drafted Travion Henderson instead of like in the 1st round. I think that it's hard because he kind of did running back by committee in college, and like if you see that in college, it's like, oh well, he's not going to be a bell cow guy. But like, it's not like they needed to do that. They did that because like they wanted to win. If they really wanted to have him take 20, 30 carries a game, I think he could have.
Yeah,
but it was more about like he almost took a lesser role so that he could be fresher and better in the role that he did take, so that it would be better for the team overall, in a way.
Okay.
And then I think that he almost did Judkins such a service that the Browns end up taking Judkins over Travion Henderson, which I think is going to end up being just a terrible, terrible pick.
So apparently Judkins is possibly going to be going back to college football. So would you draft him in fantasy if your draft was today?
No,
you're staying away from him.
Now, I actually just now thought about this. So in this dynasty league, my one friend Louis trades his 1st and 2nd round pick to move up for a 1st rounder to get Cam Ward. No, excuse me. Louis was on the other side of that. Louis had the 3rd pick or something. He trades his 3rd pick for like the 8th and the 14th or something like that.
Okay.
He gets Tet, I think, and Judkins.
Oh, okay.
And Michael, the other guy, gets Cam Ward. He took Judkins in the 2nd round, 1st or 2nd round. I forget which one it was. And now, my big question is, if he does go back to Ohio State somehow, which I guess is on the table.
Yeah, does he get to keep him?
Does he get to keep him? Yeah. Or is he going to be in the draft again next year?
That's it. I think he has to keep him, right? Because technically he's an NFL player now, or is he not until he signs the contract?
He's not signed.
Yeah.
We'll have to. That'll be an interleague thing, but
yeah, that would be complicated.
When he does come out, like the Browns won't automatically have him, right?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. So we just wasted a 2nd round pick.
So why aren't they signing him though?
Because I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's not like he's like vocal about it.
I don't know what's going on. They had Andrew Barry on, the Browns GM. He was on the call for their last preseason game in which Shedeur Sanders just looked like absolute shit, by the way. Dylan Gabriel looked good, though. He was looking He had me feeling nice.
Yeah.
But, and they asked him about it, and the GM was kind of just like, yeah, we're keeping up with it. We'll see what happens. And it was like, oh, that's it.
That's all you get.
We'll see what happens. And it was like, oh my god, like that's all we got. But that's not all you're getting here from Behind Enemy Lines. So stick with us through the break for our final segment right here on WSRR Radio. Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Brought to you by GenericClothes.com. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point at GenericClothes.com. Dom, we're here, and we are going to revisit a segment that we started last week and kind of didn't get to finish. We've got under 10 minutes here in our final segment, which, by the way, while we're talking about last week, I feel like we should apologize because I think last week's episode might have fucking sucked.
It's a stinker, huh?
I feel like it was kind of blue, but thank you guys for sticking with us.
It was a late night record. That was after midnight.
It was a late night record, and it was over Zoom.
Yeah.
Give us some slack.
This is a nice midday.
Yeah.
Late afternoon.
We're recording at 3:15 p.m. on a Tuesday. That's how you know we're cooking.
Right before I clock into work, so I mean, you're catching me in a good mood.
That's
so
right.
Last week you called me after the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
So we got 9 minutes now. Quarterback, two running backs, 3 receivers. Is that how many we're doing? And a tight end?
Last week.
And a defense.
We did before quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers.
Okay, and a tight end and a defense?
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
We're drafting. We get a random team from Dom's boy Slate from ChatGPT.
Slate.com.
And you have to take a player from that team for your fantasy team. We're drafting fantasy-wise. All right, so your first team, you get a nice one, and I know who you're going to go with, is Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I took him last time. I think I got to take him again, Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right.
You get the Saints.
Oh, God. I don't want anyone on that team. Jesus. I mean, you kind of have to take Chris Olave, but the quarterback play is just so bad.
Yeah. Kamara still got it.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed. Honestly, maybe I'd take him over Olave, but I don't think you can.
Yeah, because of the health. But I got to take Olave. Are you keeping these down?
Yeah.
Somewhere? Okay. Your next team, Seattle Seahawks.
So, we're doing snake.
What?
We're doing a snake draft here.
Why? You went first.
What?
What are you talking about?
I went second.
You went first. I said, who do you want?
Oh, yeah,
out of the Lions.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs. It doesn't matter. We're getting
Sorry, I got
teams
confused because
anyway.
I asked for a team and it gave me Seahawks too.
Oh my God!
It did it again. But Seahawks, I got that last time. I took JSN.
Yeah.
Gotta take him
You're
again.
going with JSN again? How can you not? Am I going Seahawks too?
No, let's give you another one.
Give me something else, because I would have
The
taken
Browns.
Walker. The Browns. This is another team. I wouldn't touch a soul on this team. But, Jesus, shit. I guess you got to take Jerry Jeudy. Or do you take Njoku? Ooh.
Or do you take Judkins?
Or do you take their defense?
Yeah. Their defense ain't bad.
You might take their defense, but there's a possibility that the offense is so bad that the defense is on the field the entire time.
Yeah, they're going to let up some points.
Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man. I'll take Jeudy, I guess. Isaiah Bond? No, Jerry Jeudy. I'll take Jerry Jeudy and Chris Olave as my receivers. I don't love that.
Ugh.
I really do
need
not
some
love
big
that
running backs
for my fantasy team. Your next team is the Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
Gave it right back to you. You want another one, or you want?
No, well, what do you think?
It's up to you.
I'll take their defense.
You take their defense?
Yeah. It doesn't
All right.
matter. Let me get you a team here. Gave me 2 responses. That's weird.
What the helly?
I'm gonna give you the response number 1. Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, James Conner?
Marv?
You gotta go. Marv.
Oh wait, you already got your
took my 2
receivers.
receivers. I got the Cardinals last time and took Marvin Harrison. I think as much as I want to hold out for the Raiders, I'm gonna go Trey McBride at tight end.
Yeah. It's as good as it gets
Yeah,
there.
I think that's got to be the way you go.
That is a great
So
pick.
I now have Chris Olave, Trey McBride, and Jerry Jeudy are my 3 so far.
It's not awful. I think
It's
McBride
not good
makes up a
either.
lot of the wide receivers, though.
Yeah, I think that
Picks
helps.
up a lot of
I think
slack.
that does help. All right, your next team, another team that we've already gotten, but for you, the Saints.
The Saints. Ugh. So, let me think. I got Browns defense. I got
Jahmyr Gibbs.
And so, man,
Clock's ticking here.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll take
You got Alvin Kamara.
I'll take Kamara. I'll take
Taking
Kamara. Yeah.
All right, I like that. I like that pick.
You got the Titans.
The Titans.
Another team we've gotten before. I mean, there's only
Ooh.
32, so
Yes,
bound
I
to
would.
happen.
I kind of want to take Calvin Ridley, even though I don't have a receiver, but like I would have taken Ridley because it's like
Yeah, it's
someone's got
to.
to score on that team, and
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh man, this is tough. What do I take? Cam Ward?
Might have to.
I mean, it's kind of Cam Ward or their defense. I'm not taking.
I'm taking Pollard. I'm
Not
taking
taking
Tajay.
Pollard.
Not taking
Tajay's-
Chestnut.
I heard Tajay got hurt today. Oh man, I guess I'll take Tony Pollard. I'll hold out for a
Oy.
quarterback.
Hey.
I'll take Tony Pollard. Oh Jesus, this team sucks.
So you took
I have Tony Pollard as my running back.
yeah.
Jerry Jeudy and Chris Olave, right? And
Yes. McBride
and Trey McBride.
Pollard. Yep.
Los Angeles Chargers for you. Quarterback still available?
Yeah.
Running back? You got a running back spot? No, you don't. Both of yours are taken.
I'll take Ladd.
Take Ladd.
I'll
That's
take
a great
Ladd.
pick. That
I'll
is a
take
great
Ladd.
pick. My wide receiver 1 in fantasy.
Gotta love that.
Gotta go Ladd. All right.
You get the Packers.
Am I down to running back and defense and quarterback? I think I am.
Yes.
All right. You got to take Jordan Love then.
Have to.
If
That's a good pick.
Yeah, but their defense, I would be tempted to take their defense.
It ain't bad at all.
But all right, your last pick. Your second to last. Is this your
Yeah.
last pick?
Second to last. I still don't have a quarterback. I still don't have I think I got 3 picks. I don't have a defense, quarterback, or tight
You
end.
took the Browns defense.
Okay, you're
You
right.
don't have a tight end.
Don't have a
You
quarterback.
got 2 running backs.
Who are my wide receivers? I thought you were keeping track of my team. I was keeping track of
I
yours.
was not. I was really not.
Well, we're cooked.
We're cooked.
I know what
took-
you have though. You have Chris Olave, you have Jerry Jeudy, you have Trey McBride, you have Tony Pollard, and you have Jordan Love.
Okay, so I have another running back and a defense.
Yes.
And you have
Quarterback and tight end.
you still have a quarterback and tight end. Okay, well this is a tough one for both of those. Minnesota Vikings. You got to take.
I'll take Hawk.
You got to take Hawkinson.
I'll take Hawk.
Yeah.
You got to.
You
I
have
don't
to.
think he's gonna be that great, but he's a receiver. He'll be good.
Yeah, he's. I would say he's a top half tight end in theory. Hopefully. All right, give me one
All right,
more.
You get the Dolphins.
The Dolphins for my defense or running back.
You're trashing A-Chain in the first
I was
segment.
trashing A-Chan, but it's hard to take the Dolphins defense.
Yeah, you can't. Has to be A-Chain. That's still great. He's still first round.
I'll take A-Chan.
Yeah, you
I
have
think
to.
ChatGPT will like the A-Chan pick because that's who's
I think so,
judging
too.
who wins this. You have one more pick, correct?
Yeah, the tight end. Or sorry, the quarterback.
The quarterback. You trash
fumble?
this guy all the time.
Really?
You trash this guy all the time. You call him bust, central,
Trevor Lawrence.
Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor
I'll take
Lawrence.
that.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
that's
that.
not bad for a fantasy team. That's okay. So I have my defense left.
And you get the Broncos defense.
The Broncos defense
Yeah.
is a great pick. I love that. So, to recap, I have who is my quarterback? Jordan Love
Yep.
as my quarterback. I have Jerry Jeudy and Chris Olave as wide receivers. Tony Pollard and who was my second running back?
Second running back, A-Chain.
Achan. Oh God. Trey McBride and the Broncos defense.
I think that's good.
Okay. And you have
I've got
Trevor Lawrence,
T-Law.
T-Law. You got
I
Alvin
got-
Kamara.
If I had the teams in front of me, I could think of it. Look, you got the team still up there?
Yeah, you had Alvin Kamara as one of your running backs.
Yeah.
You
Jahmyr
had
Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs. You had the Seahawks. You took JSN.
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs. And okay, yeah, I already said that. Browns defense.
Yep.
Saints. You took Kamara. Chargers. You took. Who did you take for the Chargers?
Chargers, I took Ladd.
Ladd. Okay, you got a good team. Vikings. Hawkinson. Jaguars. T-Law. So asking ChatGPT says that I won that round, but almost for all of the wrong reasons. I thought Dom's running backs were better. It said mine were better.
Yeah, no,
I thought
it's tripping.
Dom's receivers were better. It said mine were better. I thought my tight end was better. It said that Dom's tight end was better, which I don't agree with.
No.
But thank you guys for listening to our AI-enhanced segment of the week right here on Behind Enemy Lines on WSRR Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in, as always.
Football.